Caitlin Clark and
I'm a fan.
Angel Reese, right?
Yeah.
They're going back and
I'm a
forth.
fan of both.
And Jamil Hill says by the time Angel Reese is done, she's going to be the Michael Jordan of WNBA.
She said about Angel Reese?
She said Angel Reese, by the time she retires, can you pull up this quote? She said, by the time she retires, she will be the MJ.
We got Angel Reese taking more shots at Caitlin Clark unnecessarily. Reebok, Angel Reese are taking shots at Caitlin Clark, using her as promo.
The WNBA never runs out of drama, and Angel Reese just added fuel to the fire. She rolled into Indianapolis, trying to push her new shoes like she was about to own the city. The timing? Perfect. Caitlin Clark's out with an injury, so Reese clearly thought, great, spotlight's mine now. Except, no, the crowd wasn't buying it. Instead of hyping her up, people mocked the stunt like it was a cheap remake no one wanted to see.
We shall never know peace, at least when it comes to the WNBA space. It was this ad that Angel put out, and I don't know if this is part of a larger campaign where it's going to be similar themes in similar places, but because of where the WNBA All-Star Game is, and because of who plays on the Indiana Fever in the home city of the WNBA All-Star Game, it's going to raise some eyebrows, let's say.
Turns out, trying to hijack Caitlin Clark's hometown while she's sidelined isn't a power move, it's just a flop in real time, because when you try to outshine the sun, shadows follow.
Beef, one-sided rivalry. Clearly this is a marketing thing. Angel Reese, I'm in your city. Walk in your trap, take over your trap. Post it on Instagram. There's about 15 fans there, and Reebok put up a board. You would expect Reebok to put up a board. Let's never forget that when let's never forget the gigantic Caitlin Clark Nike billboard in Chicago.
The 2025 WNBA All-Star Weekend was supposed to be Angel Reese's big breakout, her chance to step out of Caitlin Clark's shadow. Armed with a Reebok signature shoe and a bold city campaign, she tried to turn Indianapolis, Clark's home court, into her personal stage. On paper, perfect. In reality, it bombed. Charisma can't be faked, and branding built by orbiting someone else's star was doomed to fade fast.
I hear everyone with credit card debt is lining up to get the Angel Reese signature shoe. Here it gives you the power of the rebound. Bang! Again! Burn! Will she save it? No! What everyone's paid to see, the Angel Reese rebound! Bang! Kelsey Plum makes the shot, she'll get more money. Bang! We show up and show out for our rebounding queen. Yes! Bang! I love rebounds. Yes!
Let's talk about the elephant in the room, or shall I say giraffe in the room. Angel Reese's much-hyped Reebok release, the shoes, launched in 2 flashy colorways, Diamond Dust and Me Bounds. Yes, she actually named her shoes as Me Bounds. She trademarked the word Me Bounds to sell her merch and shoes, because nothing says self-awareness like branding your own missed layups. Instead of fixing her finishing at the rim, she's cashing in on it, practically mocking her league and its fans by turning her own stat line into a punchline. It's like if Shaq trademarked bricks for a free throw shoe. The shoe was marketed as the future of women's basketball footwear. Reebok went all in, flooding All-Star Weekend with ads to make it a spectacle. But here's the thing, exposure doesn't equal excitement. When your timing backfires, no amount of marketing can save it, especially when you're trying to debut while Caitlin Clark isn't even on the court.
Got to be crafty about how we get them in Reebok gear.
Be the debut.
When she plays Caitlin Clark.
Let's do it.
I'll even come to the game.
Of course not.
Be gay.
Literally, debut. It's got to be when she plays Caitlin Clark. It's got to be, let's do it. You got to, well, Shaq goes, I'll come to the game. He goes courtside. So they obviously ended up debuting at All-Star Weekend because Caitlin didn't play when they were in Chicago. When Caitlin didn't play, or Caitlin's not playing in this game, so they're debuting at All-Star Weekend. The plan was to literally go and use Caitlin Clark for the launch of it. And I'm like,
Angel Reese's entire play hinged on one shaky bet that Caitlin Clark's presence alone would pull in the crowds and by extension boost her brand. Instead of winning fans on her own merit, she gambled on riding Clark's wave. It wasn't about surpassing her, just existing in her shadow. But here's the truth. When one player already owns the room, clinging to her spotlight only highlights who's really in control.
But a brutal blow was dealt
to the league's chances of drawing a major audience when star guard Caitlin Clark announced that she wouldn't be competing in the three-point contest or the All-Star game, both of which she was planning to do because of a groin injury.
Angel Reese's camp tried to squeeze every drop out of the so-called rivalry, hoping it would keep them relevant. But fate had other plans. Caitlin Clark, the league's biggest draw, was sidelined with an injury right before the All-Star break. Without her on the floor, the hype collapsed. After all, Clark is the kind of player who can turn a random game into a national event, and no marketing can replace that.
And shouldn't Angel Reese be able to market herself at this point without invoking or even, insinuating some sort of attachment to Caitlin Clark? Because if I'm being honest about it, people say that moment was huge. It will live forever. That moment will live forever. But Caitlin Clark was on this trajectory already. And if anyone has benefited more from the attachment, at least from an attention standpoint, it's been Angel Reese.
The numbers told the story no one wanted to admit. In 2024, Caitlin Clark's All-Star appearance shattered records with 3.4 million viewers, turning the game into a cultural event. Fast forward to 2025. Clark's absence sent ratings crashing to 2.1 million, a staggering 36% drop. The game, held in her own backyard, lost its magic. Angel Reese's big moment unraveled because without Clark, the spotlight just wasn't as bright.
1.25 million viewers tuned out. 1,250,000 viewers out of there. Gone. Back to me. Well, 36% ratings drop.
Angel Reese had to watch her entire campaign crumble in real time. Ticket values tanked, fans didn't bother showing up, and not even scalpers could save the hype. Without the one star everyone truly cared about Caitlin Clark, the All-Star game felt empty. Ratings dropped, and the league learned a harsh truth. Without Clark, their biggest events lose their magic. Sometimes you gamble big and the audience answers with silence.
But the WNBA All-Star game ratings have come out, and all I could think of right off the bat was 4 little letters. F-A-F-O. F around and find out. You bleep around and find out what this league looks like without Caitlin Clark being involved in your biggest events. Kathy Engelbert, this should be a perfect example of why you need to get your officiating cleaned up.
Nothing captured the WNBA chaos quite like Angel Reese's blunder. Her I'm in your city campaign came off less bold and more like an invasion into enemy territory. With Caitlin Clark sidelined, Reese's move looked desperate, like someone trying to steal a crown while the rightful queen was absent. Instead of seizing the moment, it backfired spectacularly, leaving fans unimpressed and the league scrambling for relevance.
You had the Angel Reese saying that she was, taking over Indiana, and there's about 15 fans there. And more of them wearing Caitlin Clark merch than her merch. She pulls up with about 15 fans, and I'm like, take over, Angel, take over. This is her city now. And I'm like, and she's never won a game in Indiana.
I mean, it's clear. Fans sent a blatant message. A shot across thou bow. All right? And your ship, well, without Caitlin Clark, the WNBA and all their pay us what you owe us action, that action will sink. That action will sink.
Reese's campaign blanketed everything. Billboards, digital ads, and Instagram reels screaming confidence. With captions like, I'm in your city and walk in your trap, take over your trap, it was marketed as a bold takeover. But without real resistance to face, it felt hollow. Critics slammed her game, accusing her of stat padding and failing to elevate her team. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's dominance loomed, making the trash talk look more like empty noise.
It's not about one person, no matter how many times WNBA and Kathy Engelbert say so. That's virtue signaling in the most disingenuous form. It's Caitlin Clark. As soon as they educate the players on how to deal with this, not as petty, jealous petty hags all will be better off.
By the end, fans saw right through it. Social media erupted, roasting the stunt. Tweets mocked, saying she couldn't sell shoes without clinging to Caitlin Clark's name. Others joked there were more cameras than fans. The whole thing felt like celebrating a win by default against someone who wasn't even playing. Instead of looking like a champion, it came off desperate, leaving the WNBA All-Star Weekend far from the spectacle it promised.
Bad. And anybody that's overstating the talent on this team as a whole, stop it. This team is Caitlin Clark or bust, and you all know it. We all see it. We all see it. Even when the New York Liberty got down double digits, at no point did they feel like, oh yeah, they got us. No, they knew this game was never, they knew they could turn on the switch at any moment and do this. At any moment. Just destroyed us in the second half. Just destroyed us.
Indianapolis was set to be Angel Reese's crowning moment. Billboards lit up the city, her Reebok launch was everywhere, and marketing pushed hard. But when news broke Caitlin Clark wouldn't play, the hype collapsed. Ticket prices plunged 48% and excitement vanished. No matter the promotion, without Clark, the spark was gone. The All-Star Weekend proved one thing: this league's biggest draw isn't Reese, it's the star they couldn't replace.
The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, black and white sports reporters. Well, many of you have probably been waiting on this, as have I. But the WNBA All-Star Game ratings have come out, and all I could think of right off the bat was 4 little letters. F-A-F-O. F around and find out. You bleep around and find out what this league looks like without Caitlin Clark. Woo! WNBA All-Star Game sees ratings drop without Caitlin Clark, and it's ugly. It's real ugly.
The WNBA's PR team scrambled to paint the 2025 All-Star ratings as a success, boasting growth from the 2023 numbers. But fans weren't fooled. Everyone remembered 2024 when Caitlin Clark's presence turned the event into a cultural phenomenon. Without her, the league felt like it had slipped back into obscurity, trying to celebrate crumbs while ignoring the feast they once had. Yes, the Friday night contests drew impressive numbers, nearly doubling the previous year. But let's be honest, that surge wasn't because of Angel Reese's star power. The buzz wasn't hers to claim. It was momentum carried from Clark's impact. Without her on the court, the main event lacked magic, proving again that the league's relevance still leans heavily on its true draw.
It's real ugly. Who is this? Grant Young, okay, at SI. The 2025 WNBA All-Star Game felt like a pivotal point in not only the league's current season, but also for its future. This is because the ongoing CBA negotiations between WNBA and the league's players were one of the major storylines throughout the 3 days players were in Indianapolis, Indiana. The problem is, it did not need to be one of the main storylines. And I don't think people understand that. Sports fans don't want to,
Angel Reese's miscalculation wasn't just about missing the right moment. It was about missing the bigger picture. She believed she could copy Caitlin Clark's formula. Sell-out sneakers, massive endorsements, endless headlines. But star power doesn't come from flashy campaigns or billboards. It comes from years of hard work, consistency, and winning hearts on and off the court. Clark's influence was built slowly, with every clutch shot and every honest post-game moment. When Caitlin Clark's Nike Kobe 5 Protro drop sold out in under a minute and resale prices skyrocketed, it wasn't hype. It was loyalty speaking. Fans believed in her because she earned it. That's why Nike's 8-year, $28 million deal wasn't just about marketing. It was a commitment to an athlete who embodies authenticity and excellence. Angel Reese tried to imitate the surface, but Clark owned the foundation, and that's something you can't manufacture.
Hey, you know what they say? 4 is more. Her loyal fans showed out in Indy, all 4 of them, and somebody's drunk uncle. Take a look at what unemployment looks like. Burn! What do you mean you didn't watch the All-Star Game? You're telling me you have a social life? What? What's butter pecan mean? It's provocative. It gets people going. Butter pecan! Burn!
Reese wanted glory without laying the groundwork, and it showed. Her campaign didn't just fizzle, it exposed the gap between chasing stardom and actually owning it. When the much-hyped matchup with Caitlin Clark never happened, the 2025 All-Star Game became a case study in lost magic. Ratings plummeted 36%, ticket prices crashed, and fans shrugged. Clark isn't just another player, she's the player. Without her, the league feels empty. And Reese learned the hard way that borrowed shine doesn't stick. If you're riding with Caitlin Clark and believe she's the heartbeat of the league, smash that like button. But if you think Angel Reese can bounce back and prove the critics wrong, drop a comment below. Either way, hit subscribe to stay courtside for every twist in this WNBA drama.